Hello and welcome to our broadcast, brought to you by LakeCam, Lakevilles Community Access Channel. My name is Joanne, and today I will be interviewing Jesse Medford for the open seat on the Board of Selectmen. This position has garnered a lot of interest. We have 6 individuals who have filed their paperwork to be considered for election. We have prepared a few questions to help the citizens of Lakeville learn more about the candidates. Each candidate will have the opportunity to answer the same questions. In addition, we encourage voters to attend the Selectmen Candidate Forum, scheduled for October 16th, which is a Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. in the Great Ponds Gallery of the Lakeville Library. The forum will also be available on LakeCam's government channel, Comcast 9 or Verizon 31, and also on vimeo.com/LakeCam. Welcome, Jesse. Thank you for meeting with me. And I'll have 6 questions, as I said. And the first one is, would you take a moment to share your background and why you are interested in running for the open seat on the Board of Selectmen?
Well, okay. My name is Jesse Medford. I've been in Lakeville, originally moved here 2001. I've been taking part in other town committees and boards for a few years now. And I've just been seeing how things go in the city or in the town. And I just want to contribute more. I've noticed a lot of the community members have a lot of disapproval with the way things are going. And I think my beliefs align a lot with the people that have been speaking up. And a lot of surveys that the town committees put out there say that they want to keep the area rural, keep that charm, and that's something that I strive to do too. And with my past experiences with the Open Space Committee and the Park Commission, I think that lines up perfectly with what I've been seeing the other community members want here in Lakeville. So I thought I'd step up a little more than I've already been doing, and I put my name into the ring here and competing against 6 others for this position. And I just want to help out as much as I can.
Okay, great. The next question is, why do you think voters should consider you the best candidate for the position?
Well, I have a leadership background, a management degree. I'm in the Massachusetts Army National Guard. I'm a first sergeant. I served 28 years so far, total time between active duty and National Guard. And I think that I step up a lot. I take the lead and I listen well, and it's two-way communication between me and the community. I think I've already shown that plenty, and I think that's what a good leader does, and I think that's what the town of Lakeville is looking for. I don't think they have that type of leadership in the board right now, and I'd like to bring those qualities here to Lakeville and just help out as much as I can with that.
Okay, well, I'm going to thank you for your service and go on to question number 3. Can you elaborate on any prior experience that you have serving the town? Because you did mention that you do, but just elaborate. How would this experience help you in this position, which you sort of have already touched on,
Right.
but just elaborate maybe a little more, like point out to a couple of different actual things that you did?
Okay. Well, on the Open Space Committee, I've been doing that for about 3 years now. Recently have taken over as the chair when the previous chair was stepping down, and didn't seem anyone else wanted the position, and I figured I've taken a couple years of learning how to be a part of the committee, and now it was time for me to step up from, I was the clerk at the time. It was time to step up to the next role when they wanted someone to lead them. And recently we've had some priority areas of the town that we're trying to protect, and something I've stepped up to do recently is get the committee together and in agreement, and we all seem to agree we need to be more proactive, write more letters to the town, and emphasize that these are priority areas for for Lakeville to protect. And we have 7 priority areas, and it seems like every other month or so a new one of them is getting, they want to develop it, or, or
Take the open space away.
Exactly, they're trying to take the space away. And on the Open Space Committee, it's our role to, to give our recommendations to the other boards and committees, and based on the research that we've been doing for the last so many years. Like right now, we are working on a new open space plan. Every 7 years, it needs to be updated, and we're working on that right now. And it's just emphasizing the parts of Lakeville that are most important to the community through surveys and interaction at meetings and things like that. So it's just that the current board we had was looking for someone to step up and help lead them this way. And I think from the feedback I get through the town, they're looking for the same type of leadership to help preserve Lakeville as they've always known it, and how they see it deteriorating away in a lot of people's point of view, that a lot of building going on in Lakeville is not what most people, from what I'm hearing, want to see. Right. And I think my leadership and how vocal I am of being against that is exactly what the Board of Selectmen need. They don't have anybody with that point of view. At least they're not expressing that point of view right now. And I think that's where I would fit in, and the experience I've gained through that committee would help out a lot for the people of Lakeville.
Okay, all right. Did you want to mention anything you've done on any other board?
Well, I was elected this year to the Park Commission. This year I was the liaison to Clear Pond Park. The first year it seems that I got the easiest job that pretty much ran itself. The director there is great. Okay. I didn't really have to step in too much.
So it's really a learning position for you right now.
Yeah, the first year was definitely learning. We had some community feedback. We got them involved in the what improvements they think can be made for Clear Pond Park. How can we make it so it is more break even in the future? Because the Park Commission is an enterprise fund, it's not paid for with tax dollars. Right. Here. So we're trying to find a way to make it so Clear Pond Park isn't spending more than it's making. And right now season ended a little over a month ago, so we're gathering all the data together and gonna formulate plans for next year to make it run smoother. And that has been my involvement this year for the most part.
Okay, all right. Next question is, what do you think are the most pressing issues facing the town of Lakeville today, and what would you do on the board to help address them?
Well, the most pressing issue, I think, is the taxes keep increasing. A lot of this is due to the new building that has been going on constantly over the last few years. The people of Lakeville have been voting recently. They did not want a new road with sidewalks and proper drainage. That was voted against. Clearly, we need a new road. The people of Lakeville did not want the sidewalks for the most part. So it's being addressed to have the state pay for, hopefully, if possible, just paving without the sidewalks. And I would like to bring my point of view to the board, how before bringing these things to a vote, try to make it a way that the people of Lakeville will want it. I think the previous board put out a plan that was obviously going to be voted down. It was doomed from the start. And I'd like to bring the point of view where I feel like I listen to the people of Lakeville as opposed to direct them of how this should be done. And I I think I can help out in that manner.
Okay. Next question. What role do you see the board playing in preserving the character of the town of Lakeville? In other words, what should we continue to preserve and what do we need to consider change?
Well, I'm talking a lot about open space. We definitely need to preserve the open space and the parks. We have a lot of farmland here. They're trying to build on as much as possible.
And you mean building houses, not necessarily
Right.
businesses.
Right, trying to build houses. Between the MBTA and the Nemasket, we have developers who, they're on town boards and they are finding ways to develop this open space where they should be on these boards and trying to find ways to preserve this open space. Look at 5 and 9 Harding Street, just new deals. Same town officials are looking to build on that. They're trying to change the zoning, business, residential, and they're involved in making these decisions too, and they're going to benefit from that. That shouldn't be happening, town officials should not be doing that.
So you see that as a priority as a selectman?
It is priority. We need transparency. If you have more transparency, people are not going to be trying to get away with making the decisions. They may step aside and they're not taking the vote themselves, but people that are on the boards with them are taking it for them. I think it makes the entire board look bad, not just the town official that is benefiting from it. And when the whole board looks bad, the whole town looks bad, and we're losing the town in the process.
Okay. Last question for you. Is there anything else, of course, is there anything else that you would like to add that you feel is important to share with the town that you haven't already discussed?
Well, I didn't answer on the previous question, actually. What should change in this town?
Yeah, what would you like consider changing?
Right. I don't think anything should change. I think the point is keep it the same as much as possible. I don't want to add anything to the town. I don't want to take anything away. I think the town should stay exactly like it is. Taxes should not continue to rise. And a lot of spending has been going on that needs to be dialed back. And for the final question, what have I not mentioned? I think I hit a lot of topics in a
You did?
quick amount of time.
You
And
did?
I think everybody knows how serious I am about this, preserving the rural character of Lakeville. And I think every one of the candidates is going to say this. They know this is a very important talking point. And I think the reputations, if you look them up, will show that they are big on building, big on buying town property, and they are not big on preserving. And the boards I am on are all about preserving. My history is I will be vocal about preserving. I will do what I can to preserve this land for the people of Lakeville. And I'm not going to buy land. I'm not going to build on land. Unless I find that the people of Lakeville are for added building, I will not be voting for added building. And I don't think the people of Lakeville, for the most part, are into the idea of building more new infrastructure. There may be certain cases where the voters will say, this is urgent now. And I will listen to the voters. And I think I've already shown that I will communicate with them. They will know what's going on in Town Hall. Town Hall has talked to me about talking too much already. Well, I'm not going to be listening to that. I will still be talking to the people of Lakeville. I will be listening to the people of Lakeville. And that's what you will get if you vote for Jesse Medford for Board of Selectmen.
Okay. Thank you, Jesse, for taking the time to talk to me and for giving me your thoughts and your comments. I want to remind the voters again of Lakeville that we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today. And I also want to remind everyone, to include you, about the Selectmen Candidate Forum that will be held on October 16th, which is a Wednesday at 7 p.m., which is also the last day that everyone can register to vote. And voting will take place on Tuesday, November 5th at Ted Williams Camp as always. We will see you at the polls.